Hello and welcome to the Tyrants In Training podcast. My name is Kevin Ryan. This podcast asks our guests how they would run their own island. This week's guest is co-host of the 100 Things We Learned from Film podcast. His name is Planty, and because all tyrants love it when their words are taken out of context, here are some of his.
Because I'm a benevolent leader, mostly. Yeah, we love Colin Farrell. You've just seen a spider monster trotting towards you. The child of Jack Black. Yeah, that's right. But you're an imbecile. You're fired.
Okay, you can listen to the Tyrants In Training podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, lots of podcasty places and all that. And thank you for listening.
So, what we'll do, Planty, I mean, unless you're planning to call yourself Planty, maybe as the ruler of your country. But
I was not, no.
Do you think you'll go with a new name? Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll go with a new name. I'll have a title, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's up to you. What you can call yourself whatever you want.
And it's a little bit old hat, but I growing up was a socialist, so I want to call myself El Presidente.
Oh, okay. You're going for I'm
going for El Presidente.
Do you think you're going to go for that sort of like if you were dressing up, would you dress up then in the military suit?
No, not in military fatigues, probably, but I think I would probably play myself in the national football team at the age of 60, like George Weah did recently for Libya. So
did he?
He did, yeah. I think he's like 56 or something, and he brought himself on the national football team. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I already support it because he was a great player.
Yeah, he was one of the best, absolutely.
But you figure, I mean, he's surely noted as one of, if not the best African footballer.
Yeah,
one of.
Drogba, Eto'o, those kind of guys. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very little doubt.
You're going to follow him. Did you ever play professionally?
No, I barely played Sunday League.
Okay.
I played a little bit of rugby, and I'm a semi-competent cricket player, so maybe I'll throw myself in the gentlemen and players kind of team. Yeah.
So you're going to bring yourself on 4 years older than George Weah noted.
If I make it that far without being shot, probably, mate. Yeah.
Oh, so you're already planning your likely assassination.
Yeah, well, you have to. You have to.
Okay.
One must.
The thing is, you don't in this podcast. But fine, no, listen, you're the. I'm only kind of record keeper in a way.
Okay.
So El Presidente. Any problems if someone doesn't call you El? If someone just says president, is that all right? Or
no, it's okay. It's okay.
I only speak English.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I would prefer El Presidente, but I'm not necessarily into the kind of the highness of it. I'm kind of like the dude. You can call me El Dude-Erino, you can call me the Duda. It doesn't have to be like his holy dudeness kind of thing.
Oh, so really the El part is the most important bit here, like El Dudeness or El Buddy-Yola.
I guess I just want something different. Bearing in mind, I live in Britain, the home of Brexit, the home of hating anybody from outside of Britain, and I just kind of want to try and reverse all that here.
Oh, you're trying to yes. Yeah. Okay, we'll put down El Presidente. Okay. But we will make a note for people that don't panic if you say president. I mean, he's not that sort of tyrant, right?
No. Tyrant seems like a harsh word to begin with, but okay.
Sorry about the podcast name, but yeah, sure. We'll go with, we have to figure out where is your country going to be located, because it's going to have to be an island popped up somewhere.
Now, here's the thing. I am, right. So I live in the north of England. I live in a city called Carlisle, which is barely a city. It's very, very nice, very green, kind of Lake District place. And it's the north. It couldn't be any more north of England, really, if it tried. It's 8 miles south of Scotland. Everybody up here calls me a southerner, which is, again, not strictly true. Because when I go to London, once I get a bit flush with the cash and I go to London, two-star bed and breakfast, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I treat the wife. I get called a northerner. Well, here's the thing. I am neither of those things, because El Presidente is originally on my birth certificate. I was born in Nottingham, which, as we all know, of course, Kevin, as we all know,
knowledge.
Is in the middle.
Right,
it's in the middle. It's in the Midlands, the East
England.
Midlands
of England.
Yes,
of course. Yeah, I know that.
The middle.
Yeah. So you are going to put your island north and south of the middle?
No.
Okay,
but here's the thing: it's just going to be slap bang in the middle of the map. It's going to be slap bang in the middle of the map.
Of the world map.
Of the world map. Now I can see you're probably doing what I did a little bit earlier on, and you are bringing up a world map. Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm going to have to do here, and I'm going to do it anonymously, is I'm just going to have to destroy the Middle East.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. No, wait, I'm wrong. Excuse me. I'm choking on my own rage. That's the
Choking on rage or support?
Well, the first Google result was why Britain is the center of the world.
Well,
yeah, no, not quite.
Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If you go to Australia, like I did in the in the late 90s,
yes,
a lot of maps in Australia, they have a lot of maps where Australia is, instead of being to the right of the map, Australia's kind of in the middle.
I thought that's the way it kind of is. Like if you go to America, you'll have America in the middle, and then
it should be. It should be. No, I, not the Middle East. I'm going to destroy the Middle East. I mean, that would be.
It's a hell of an opening question answer. I'll give you that.
I guess. Look, I think probably just dump me in the sea somewhere between Cape Verde and South America. I guess that's kind of in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you're really going for like that weather? It's going to be hot and humid, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
El Presidente. You can't be El Presidente in Iceland, can you?
I mean, it'd be a hell of a difference, yeah.
El Presidente, son, it kind of doesn't have the same ring.
That's true. Okay, yeah, no, we can go, definitely. We'll pop up an island there. 10 million people will be able to live on the island, no problem.
Yeah, that's more than enough, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's always a round figure. You can get rid of them if you want, or you can limit.
Yeah, well, look, let's say somewhere 5 to 10. Let's say 5 to 10.
Okay.
I'm expecting some hot, steamy baby making at some point.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. We won't get into specifics.
People can do that.
I don't know how it works anyway. But the name of the country, what are we naming?
I mean, it would be remiss of me not to call it Midland, wouldn't it?
Midland, yes.
Midland.
Yeah, makes sense. I like this sensible start to the country making, except the idea of bombing the Middle East for a minute. But yeah, that's
I mean, get rid of your Qatar World Cup. That'll fix that.
If you can't brainstorm as El Presidente, that's fair enough.
Yeah. If you got upset people on a podcast, what else can you do?
How did you find Midland? Because obviously it's a country in itself, or it's an island. So, like, what's the story? What's the origin story for this place? How did El Presidente find it?
Well, it's funny you should mention that. As El Presidente, being from Nottingham, I am famously a gold medal winner at the 2000 Olympics in archery, because growing up in Nottingham, what else? It's certainly not football. I can assure you, being a Nottingham Forest football fan, we're not very good at that. But archery, I'm very good at, and I won a gold medal. Don't look in the books, please. And for Great Britain.
And you didn't think that when you were, when I turn 60, I'll go back to the archery. No, you went straight.
No, because I've done that. Cricket, football, rugby league, that kind of thing. Yeah. So what I did was I fired with my huge arms, which you can see, and the listeners, of course, cannot, sadly. I fired an arrow into the air, and where that arrow landed was where Midland began, and there was all very much a kind of Robin Hood kind of sense to that going on.
Could you not find your bow at the time? Why did you use your arms?
I fired it using. So when you get a bow, right, what you tend to do is you tend to hold it in one hand, which is at the end of your arm, and pull back the string in the other arm. I'm doing a kind of a thing here, and then you let go, and the force that you've created causes the arrow to fly, and then in the air and land somewhere, and that's where it landed.
So that's
fired, how physics works, Kevin.
You fired an arrow with a bow. You didn't use your two strong arms.
I mean, I probably could. The strength of El Presidente, and the legend would eventually become that El Presidente just used his fists, his sheer fists.
It's weird he used both, like, because it's not a very big arrow, I imagine.
Oh no, it's huge. It's massive.
Oh,
it's massive.
Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, where that landed caused the earth to rise up and create this mid land.
Also, it was a flat Earth type of or flat land, and then
bam, jeez, wow,
flat Earth. But
no, those aren't allowed. We'll come to that.
Yes, actually, that's actually a good segue because I was going to ask. Now that you're allowing citizens into the country, that's what I mean. I mean, you have this country set up. Yeah. People are coming in to live there between 5 and 10 million, whatever. Are you allowing everyone in, or is there any restriction on any sort of person or any restrictions?
I mean, of course, if you are a particular person or related to a particular person, I'm afraid we're going to have to shut the doors to you. So if you voted for Brexit, as an example, you want to come from Britain, you voted for Brexit.
No point.
I'm sorry. You wanted to strip freedom of movement to people. You do not have the right to move yourself to Midland. You've shat the bed. You need to sleep in it, mate.
Yeah, or clean it.
No, please sleep in it. I want you rolling around in your own filth, you ignorant pig dog.
Right. So beyond that, I mean, anywhere like murders or tax dodgers or anything.
No, tax dodgers. It's a no-go. Murder, I don't know. It's difficult. I mean, luckily for us at Midland, we do have precogs, which is not a made-up thing for a Philip K. Dick book and Tom Cruise film. Tom Cruise isn't allowed, by the way. But we do have precogs, so they'll figure out if you meant it or not.
So you have that actually in the so it's like the three people probably. in the water.
One of them's Samantha Morton. She's from Nottingham as well, just so you know.
So Colin Farrell is allowed in if he
wants Colin Farrell is a patron saint. Yeah, Colin Farrell is. Yeah, we love Colin Farrell.
Wait,
on my podcast, we love Colin Farrell.
Was he the villain in that movie?
He is. Yeah, a really convincing American accent too.
But Tom Cruise isn't allowed in Midland.
No, wacky spaceship beliefs.
Don't need that.
No. Colin Farrell though, line dancing big drinker. He's more than welcome.
He's a national emblem.
Of course he is.
So I imagine when you're watching that movie, or the people watching that movie, the Midlanders, they're all in on Colin Farrell. They're thinking he's the hero.
They must be. I mean, they must be.
As
not necessarily the hero in. I mean, not necessarily the hero in that. They know the reality of the precogs, but they've all seen In Bruges. You know.
Yes.
They've all seen the one where he sings the cowboy song with the dude. You know, that's a good one too.
Yes.
Crazy Heart. It's a great one.
Oh, I thought it was Tigerland.
Famously on our podcast, I don't know the names of any films, and I conflate films for other films, and I conflate films for reality, as we're probably going to discover on this one.
And you know what? Not the first time a tyrant on this podcast has done that, so you must be doing well. What as your people are being allowed in? People who didn't vote for Brexit and I mean, if you really like Tom Cruise, are you allowed in?
I mean, we're not. Yeah, I mean, they're hardly gonna, they're hardly gonna run me out of office and bring Tom Cruise in, are they? I mean, come on, that's never going to be something.
Never going to happen. Not in a million years will happen on this podcast. What type of house are you going to live in?
I grew up during the miners' strike. I don't bang on about it on my podcast or on day-to-day life. Very, very poor. But we lived in a National Coal Board house. So National Coal Board house, Dad worked down the pit and all grandfathers worked down the pit. And this National Coal Board house was a semi-detached house. It was 3 bedrooms. It wasn't particularly big, but I remember it having a relatively ornate banister that kind of curved round and up to the bedrooms. It had a kitchen with a tiled floor, and most importantly, it had land that backed off on the fields. And as a kid, I think maybe no more than like half an acre, if even that. Wouldn't have even been that. Maybe like a quarter of a football pitch, but it was enough. It was plenty for me, plenty for Planty, and that's all I want. That's all I really want. I just want a house big enough for me and my family, which is me and my wife and our cat, Colin Robinson.
What are we doing in the shadows?
Absolutely. Yeah, he steals my energy on a daily basis. For us, and probably about 700 more cats.
So will you have that in the countryside or in the middle of the city, or?
That will probably be within commuting distance. So, they'll be able to send the Lincoln Continental to pick me up.
So you want to work, you want to be able to get into the office to work. do your work.
100%. Yeah, I'd like to
you're
do
not
stuff
working from home.
No, I will do stuff from home as well, because it's exactly what it will be is I will sit there with a bottle of rum making rash decisions at 2 a.m.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Actually, speaking of a rash decision, do you want your people to be allowed to vote? And when I say vote, do you want to have a Senate elected, 100 senators who can decide all the mundane everyday stuff, and you have the final say on everything? Or do you want to just have your own small council? There's no voting. You'll just select them, and that's it. People, they don't get a vote in Linton.
Of course there's voting. Of course there's voting. It is a socialist paradise. There will be voting. It will be available to all the people.
So everyone, whether you're
over the age
of 16,
over the age of 16, all of the people can vote.
And they're going to now vote for 100 senators, right? That's all they're doing now. If they are voting for people who thinks Brexit, might work in other countries, is that allowed? Are we accepting that?
They can vote for it, but ultimately it will be a Senate agreement. We won't be putting the most important referendum decisions on people because we won't be. There will be no midzik or whatever we're going to call it. I don't know, Mexic. There won't be any of that because we're a republic. We're a socialist republic. There is just us. We're not part of any. Well, we might join the UN, I guess, if you like that kind of thing. But there's not going to be a European Union to get out of.
But if they vote in, we'll say 30 out of the 100 senators who are all like, you know what, if only El Presidente would just do a midsit and bring in Tom Cruise as his co-emperor El Presidente, this country would really do something. Are we allowing those to be senators, or are we saying no, look, you have to pick some?
Unfortunately, I've made the rules. It is what it is, and we'll let them in.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, very good. I like how you're sticking to your principles there.
So socially, and look, I grew up very poor. I grew up in a very difficult situation, which wasn't of our making, which was a political decision and political point scoring. So I'm not going to go down that route.
Cool. Is there any unusual list your country's top of?
Ugliest babies, probably.
Oh, why? Any research into why this ugly baby phenomenon?
I mean, socialists aren't usually good-looking people, are they?
I'll make sure to put that out online. Socialists are ugly.
Yeah.
Any research into why? So you basically have the most ugliest socialists. Is that what we're saying?
Really? Well, yeah. Well, I mean, look, it just so happens that these people always kind of manage to find one another, don't they? And I think that's probably what's going to happen here. Yeah. Ugly, but top of the ugly baby charts and top of the normal baby name charts as well.
Ugly baby name?
Normal baby names.
Oh, normal baby names.
Yeah, none of this. I don't know, calling your child Baden, Laden,
Pepperami,
Hayden. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. None of that nonsense, right? You'll be called Oliver and I don't know, Rachel and
Frank.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah, all those kind of top of the list of names that have gone out of fashion. There you go. How about that? That's better. There you go. That's the one. Yeah. So we've got 100 million Terry and Junes and a
Matilda,
Kenneths. Yeah,
Kenneth,
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. We've got an Edwin or 700, and an Ernest. My grandfather, my dad's middle name was Ernest. His first name was Barry. I guess there's not going to be many Barrys born today in Great Britain and Ireland.
So do you, with all the ugly socialists running around, I think that's what's causing a lot of senators to be voted in for Brexit, and a lot of them being voted in for pro Tom Cruise sentiment.
Okay.
They're seeing these lists, because I assume everyone has the internet, so they're seeing these lists. They're looking back into the archives of hottest man of the year. We've seen a lot of Tom Cruise is there, and they're kind of wondering, should we be more like Tom Cruise? So
what, with a middle tooth? No.
I know, that's weird, right?
Middle
I only found that out
tooth.
recently.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen that, check out Tom Cruise, a picture of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got badly fitting teeth.
Strange.
Yeah. I've got terrible teeth, but he's got badly fitting teeth. I didn't pay thousands for mine. In fact, I paid thousands to destroy mine. Sweets and alcohol.
Well, the captain of the police, Adam, has actually come into with a report to say there's actually been some cases of people robbing teeth from others, the crimes committed, and trying to do some back alley surgery to fit them in the middle of their mouth.
In a middle tooth.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Wow. But then if you have a middle tooth, I guess you could pop a hole in a can like an old prospector, like Toothy Joe.
Yeah.
With that, and then drink your drink that way.
Are we trying to round these people up, or are we just letting them?
Yeah, I would like to address the nation and explain to them the importance of proper dental health care.
Yes.
And upon this, I'm actually going to announce a special reform and budgetary. In fact, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce dental health care for all, free up to a certain amount for everybody, children, adults, old people, non-Tom Cruise lovers. Everybody gets some dental health care.
Non-Tom Cruise lovers and
Tom Cruise lovers. Yeah, everybody gets it.
Okay.
It's a socialist paradise.
I mean, that's quite good. Yeah, that healthcare or the dental care is fantastic in this country.
Yeah,
fair enough. I have an awkward question to ask.
Okay.
There's a scandal about you that the people are going to find out about.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be the worst scandal in the world, but something that will make most people a little bit upset. Okay. The good thing is you get to pick what the scandal is. So what type of scandal do people find out about?
I taped together 70 cats in a bid to make my own cat monster, my own cat-at, like a Star Wars AT-AT walker, but with cats in a bid to, and there was lots of glue and duct tape, and there was a little bit of sewing them together, a little bit of that, but I wasn't so good at that. But that's what I did, and I had my reasons. My enemies were drawing near, and I thought my cat-at potentially would
scare them off a bit.
Well, eat them, stamp them to death, claws, gnashing teeth, that kind of thing.
So what some of your advisors have, or I guess the senators have suggested, is you should go on to the highest rated news channel, go on, speak to Anderson, the journalist, a sit down, kind of like Frost Nixon or something.
Yeah.
Just to explain what you did, because a lot of people are upset. So we might do that now. I might act as Anderson for this bit, sit down with you and go, thank you very much, El Presidente, for coming along. Look,
you're welcome.
We'll get into dental care in a bit, but we do have to discuss what many people are calling feline centipede gate.
Okay.
I mean, 50 cats is the count so far. We have to ask, all signs point to you. We've seen stitches and we've and glue, so it looks like you've performed surgery on them. I guess we just have to ask why, or what's your reasoning for this monstrosity?
And so I've got to say to all of the people at home listening, the cat lovers and the Star Wars walking transport lovers out there, I love cats. I love every kind of cat, but I
clearly you used a lot of different
all the cats. Yeah, I did, and I used that as an idea, as a concept to protect us, the people of Midland, and me, your president, your benevolent president, and it was misjudged, but it came from a place of love and respect and care. And so, with that in mind, I am going to use this as my platform to announce homes for all cats that have got stuff stuck on them. So if a cat is fallen in a pot of jam or something as it's cooking on a stove.
Why is a cat cooking on a stove? What?
No, the cat isn't doing the cooking, of course. Okay. The jam is cooking, boiling, and then and so there will be fur grafts for those cats, and there will also be support for cats that are stuck up trees, because as you well know yourself, this is an island of cats. Yes. Cats can get up, but they can't get back down. So there will be.
Have you sewed them to the top of the trees? Because that's what a lot of people are worried about.
In this case, no.
But in other cases, you have.
maybe once, as my wife will attest.
Why did your wife make you do that? Are you discussing? Has she been arrested?
She is not. She is safely at home, ensconced in a tree with the cats. Okay.
She is in the tree with the cats.
She is in the tree with the cats.
Are you suggesting that she has been the one sewing these cats to different things?
No, but I may have accidentally sewed her to a branch. These things happen. You know that. You know these things happen to any president of any place. So yeah, so we're going to support cats that are stuck anywhere or are covered in sticky stuff, and I'm going to have teams of roving gangs of men and women and strong people climbing ladders and getting them and blanketing them up and taking them to these places. And there's going to be 10 million in the next 2 years.
10 million gangs.
10 million currency. 10 million currency is going to be put into that.
You're giving the gangs 10 million.
We're giving them 10 million. They are organized gangs.
They are organized and dangerous.
They're organized. I am giving
maybe organized crime. So you are bringing the mafia in. Are you suggesting the mafia is going to come in to kidnap any cat that they find?
Yes, but also no. That they are under my explanation and under
authority.
My control, under my authority. Yes,
the mafia is.
I mean, we can ban the word mafia around. We'll
call them something else. Yes,
maybe the triads, perhaps, or the yakuza. Let's call them the yakuza.
Okay, but they're different from the yakuza.
They've got cat tattoos instead of like dragon tattoos. And things. Yeah, famously.
And what are they doing with the cats again? I get the whole thing.
They're saving them. They're taking them to cat orphanages and bandaging them up and looking after them. And at no point are they going to feed them to the people when food stocks run low. At no point is that going to happen.
Definitely not going to happen.
Not once. No, of course not.
So you have bust in the yakuza, the ones that didn't get past the membership point.
These are our own. These are specially selected by me. Yeah,
breed your own organized crime.
They are being built. They are being built in a killbot factory. Is what is happening here.
Now I have to ask. This program seems wonderful, but when you say they're built, you have also built, as you have admitted, a cat at like Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
When you have built these Yakuza gang members, they're not just taped together cats, are they?
They are not. You can't. Come on.
Can you promise? You cannot. Can you promise?
No, I can guarantee you. You cannot build Yakuza out of taped together cats. And I will tell you right now,
can you say
on the record,
definitively,
that these Yakuza are horses cut in two. Okay, so the Yakuza are built from the front of a horse, Yakuza 1, the back of a horse, Yakuza 2. We'll give them twin names. I don't know. We've got Jeffrey Jones and we've got Jeffrey Jones. He's that kind of sex pest actor, isn't he? We've got Trevor McDonald and Michael McDonald. There you go.
Right.
Yakuza horse men. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So you've got two, and you're sure these half horse people are moving and alive? They're not just carcasses.
They're trotting around.
They're trotting around
on two. Yeah. They're trotting around on two hoofs. On 2 hoofs.
And they're able to catch these cats that are stuck in trees and everywhere else.
Yeah, they're specially trained.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
One of them's got a tail, and the other one's got a mouth and teeth and much gnashing.
Okay, yeah, that's look. I'm. When do you expect to roll that out? Is that
the process is ongoing as we speak. We're hoping that in the next 6 months we will be at full capacity, and that there will not be a single cat left alive. I mean, left in the the world, in the country, that is in any kind of trouble or alive.
Or stuck in a tree or anything.
Yeah, or not in a kebab.
What about your wife? What's the time frame to get her down? Because she's
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to rush back after this. I think we're probably going to have a few pints, me and the lads, or a bag of cans on the on the steps of the of the
Parliament. Senate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
we'll get to her. We'll get to her.
You're not sending a half horse Yakuza.
No, they're not trained. They're not trained to remove a president's wife from the tree. They are
not many people are. I'll give you that. Yeah, that's fair enough. What a wonderful interview. I'm going to say a lot of people are. Well, I'd say wonderful.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to come onto this, our state-produced television channel.
Yeah, news.
Yeah, so glad that I'm able to give this news out to the one single news channel, the one single
that is completely unbiased,
that is run by the government. Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes,
I'm half cat, half horse. So,
of course, you are. Of course, you're.
I must say, speaking as an advisor now, a lot of people are cautiously optimistic. So I don't think that hurt. Good interview. It didn't hurt anything in you. That's the main thing. It stemmed the cat bleeding, as it was.
Excellent.
So, actually, in your country of Midland, what seemingly mundane thing is banned?
The most mundane thing that is banned is the tabloid press.
Oh, that's handy because you only have this one news station, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The tabloid press is banned. Instead, you have to have one of them big, huge newspapers. You big fold over and broadsheets.
Broadsheets, right?
Yeah. Like the Irish Times or the Guardian before it got little.
Yeah. So that includes online media, right?
Yeah. Oh,
there's
absolutely.
There's no mail online or.
Oh no, and that actually that Mail Online website is actually blocked.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to, because it's not news though, is it? It's not news. And not the worst thing. I mean, there's a number of worse things, but one of the really bad things about it is there's this sidebar, which, as you say, you can just keep scrolling that page as much as you want. And it is, I can only imagine it must be an infinite number of pages of the same shite that is on there, and you can keep scrolling and you can say Kim Kardashian's newest dress and I don't know, Kanye West's newest slur, and all this kind of stuff, and Meghan Markle's newest being awful at everything. Give it a rest.
Scandal as Meghan lives through. They're like, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's
so you're banned. We're getting
banned.
rid of that. Okay, I can support that. Yeah, I'm not against that at all. By the way, with your birthday coming up, what celebrations should the people have on the day?
Well,
celebrate you, El Presidente.
It's a big birthday, 43, and I'm astounded to have made it this far. And with that in mind, everybody will get one of those cheap cardboard paper masks with the eyes cut out that looks a little bit creepy.
Horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And they will be invited to a street party, not dissimilar to those awful ones that people had kind of between COVIDs seem to have to celebrate, I don't know, fucking NHS or whatever thing we were lying to ourselves about back then in Britain, and distraction, that kind of thing. D-Day, but that's not going to happen with us, because unlike Britain, we're not obsessed with the fucking war.
Right.
We're not obsessed with a war that we don't spend all of our time going, oh, look at you, the French getting beaten by the Germans, and look at us not getting beaten by the Germans because we've got a bit of sea. Land borders. No, it was because you gave up. It's there. Yeah. So we're not like that. We're not those kind of people. Dare you say?
You're not leaning into the patriotism of it all.
No. I mean, I want the people to be happy. And if you've got, I don't know, if you've got $20 to your name, or or 150,000 euro to your name, whatever it may be, you're gonna get the same as everybody else. You're gonna get a bit of cake. You're gonna get a drink to toast me, Presidente, and you're gonna get a mask.
So a mask, cake, and drink.
And a table in your street, and I'm sure we'll have, like, I don't know, like a mariachi band or something, that kind of thing.
With the good weather as well. I mean, it's going to be a lovely evening.
Yeah,
very casual evening. Yeah. Okay.
That's what
do you have a problem though? Because Captain Adam keeps coming along saying, there's a lot of dodgy plastic surgeons.
Okay.
A lot of people asking for the middle tooth to be done now more officially, and yeah, just something to keep an eye on. A lot of illegal copies of Minority Report is coming in with the Tom Cruise commentary extra feature.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want us to like really investigate this hard, maybe pull a few people into jail.
As long as you're not pulling any middle teeth out, because that's not what. No, I don't want anybody jailed. I don't want anybody jailed here. Okay. I'd like questions asked. I would like people to be questioned.
And then, if we don't like those answers, we are going to tie up.
I'll make that decision. That decision.
So we'll write a report.
Yeah, I would like. Yes, I'd like to see that report in full, and I don't want to hear of anybody jailed without my prior permission on that first.
Okay, that's fine. I do have good news, if you want.
Okay, yes, please. Yeah.
So we were meant to ask you, what is your favorite movie franchise?
It's the Mad Max films.
Mad Max?
Yeah, I've a real soft spot for the Mad Max films. Yeah, I like a post-apocalyptic film, and I like a I like to see what will probably happen if anybody ever tries to assassinate me to this country.
So, did you like the last one?
I loved the last one. I think probably, arguably, the last one is the greatest spectacle of any of them. It's probably the best storytelling, and I also think it's probably the best action film of the last 10-15 years.
Yeah, it's amazing how it's such a simple plot of they want to leave point A and get to point B, and then they go from point B back to point A, and it's the most fun. Can't keep your eyes off it.
That's right. It's great, and Tom Hardy may as well not be in it. You know, it's not the Mad Max film. It's the Furiosa film. It's the boys. It's the mediocre. You know, it's all of those guys. And I think my favorite thing about the Mad Max films, I love the grotesques, and it's full of grotesques, and it's full of backstory and stuff. And I don't know if you've seen it or not, but pick up a copy of the graphic novel that leads into all of the stories. So there's a Furiosa story, there's an Immortan Joe story. It is great fun.
Yeah,
it really is. And if you like the grotesques and you like world building, it has loads of that kind of how Immortan got his power and that kind of thing.
Great news is that Mad Max, that Furiosa sequel, well, it's actually Furiosa 2, where we're going a bit ahead in the future.
Is it the Fast and the Furiosas?
It has to be. Surely it has to be.
Yeah, it has to. I mean, they're missing a trick.
Yeah, they are looking for you to cameo on it. Now, do you want to be El Presidente or just playing yourself, or do you want to be a character?
Oh, I want to be a character.
Yeah.
I want to be a grotesque. I mean, my wife would probably say I already am, but you know,
she's in a tree. She can't say. The good news is we have a part, the Fast and the Furiosas. There is I suppose the basic plot is that Furiosa has some long lost family that she's after finding in a community that is ran by some weird guy called the Fast. So I guess you're going to be one of his grotesque minions or one of his bodyguards or whatever you think yourself. I guess we're going to have to play this scene. So they were thinking you're going to be a prison guard. You're going to be looking after Furiosa's sister or cousin. We'll say cousin. Why not? So yeah, I guess we'll be saying action. I will be playing the role. Wait, what's your name in this?
I don't know.
Planty. I need more water. I'm starved, or whatever, thirst.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely, you can.
Right.
But first, you must ensure that you are behaving as such.
I'm in a cell. Planty. What do you mean behaving?
Then you must first admit your wrongs, and then you can have all the water you like.
Well, what wrongs here? Hold on a minute.
Well, you're in a cell for a reason, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been in a cell for about 14 years now. I'm a bit tired of it, to be honest.
Okay. Well, look.
How long have you been on the job? Hold on a minute. I've been here 14 years. How long have you been here?
I'm about 6 weeks in.
Yeah. So I don't think you have the full scale of the situation here, Planty.
Listen, this is the future. Woo! And I am the guard from the future guard.
You're a time traveler, is what you're trying to tell me.
Well, no, but this is set in the future. Do you not? Have you not read your script? Have you not read your script? I have.
Listen, this isn't Deadpool. We do not break the fourth wall here.
All right, okay. Yeah. Thank God it's not Deadpool. Right, yeah. So, yes, you may have a little water.
How much is a little? How much are we talking about?
Like a thimble.
Okay, I appreciate people who I can't watch this; they can only see the audio. But I have this bottle here. How much of that can I have?
Okay. That looks like probably about a liter of juice there.
Yeah, that's about the size of my head, just for anyone who's
I would say massive head as well, huge, gargantuan.
What?
Yeah, I would probably say about 3 fingers. 3 fingers. There you go. 3 fingers of juice, which I think is probably about the amount there. No, the other way around. You've never worked in a bar? There you go.
No.
That's it. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah.
Oh wait, I did work in a bar. It wasn't very good. Yeah, no. So that much. Oh, that's how much is in it. That'll do. When can I get more?
When you talk, when you start talking.
Good. I want to go to the fest. I've been asking that for the last 12 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I know you've been on here 6 weeks, and I know 5 that was trained.
Well, I hold your life in my hands, so you will start talking to me.
Wait, why? Wait, who are you? Wait, you've only been on the job for 1 week and 5 weeks.
But I am very senior. I'm on a transfer.
A lot of people left.
A lot
of people left the prison.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I want to be left out. You know what I mean? Okay. My sister, cousin, I believe. Furiosa. She's on her way. As you know, you're setting up everything. You better let me out, or she'll kill you.
I fear not any.
Well, you should be in fear. Yeah, you're right with that. The emotion is correct. You should be fearful, but
she's shit hot at driving. I've heard of her exploits previously, but ultimately she's. I fear not any woman, because it's Mad Max future, so I can be a bit sexist.
Oh, really? No, we're progressive. Yeah. We really went progressive in these movies. With,
oh, right. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Man, the fast. Hey. The Fast is an out and out progressive man.
Oh, so it's got a bit. Oh no! So now I've actually become the Mel Gibson, the real Mel Gibson in these films.
Yeah.
Oh no!
If anything, I am reporting you to HR. Listen, you've only been on job a week.
Prison HR. No.
Some of the comments coming out are wrong.
All right, look, I do spend a lot of time reading the Daily Mail online, so you know.
Okay, cut. We're cutting that. That's when it moves on to the scene of you sitting down and having to explain yourself. It's a subplot. Subplot. It's very good. Yeah, very good. I enjoyed that. That was a nice scene. I have good news for you. The country that we're back in, Midland, they have suggested that they have a lot of money, and they'd like to build you a statue or something. Something named after you. What would we build?
I would like them to build a giant arrow, the arrow that I flung with my
very good.
Big arms, in the very, very center of the the island, right in the middle, which is currently a national park anyway. And it's cracking the ground, and it's huge, and it's bronze probably, I don't know, or something cheaper than that, but looks good. And there is a little section around it where you can walk, and it will tell you the story of Midland.
Oh, that's very good.
President.
Nice kind of park area.
Yeah,
there, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We've built that, right? That's no problem. We're going to name it after El Presidente's arrow.
We will call it the Midland Arrow.
The Midland Arrow. That makes sense.
Yeah. Which sounds like a bus service, I'll be honest.
Oh, actually, yes. Do you want to call the bus service that as well?
Yeah, I mean, there's a short bus. It'll be free. Yeah, it'll get you from the car park to the main entrance. Yeah, sure.
Oh, so there's only one route that the entire island's bus service is doing.
No, I'm saying the Midland Arrow will also be the name of the shuttle bus. Just the
right.
Shuttle bus.
Okay. Yes. Fair enough. Sorry. Yes. As you're in your office, just have a bit of news there. The finance minister Paul is after knocking on the door again. Just bit of bad news.
Paul always with the bad news.
I'm a jovial guy.
Talk to me.
I looked at the budget again. I realized in the final column, there was a minus sign. So it turns out we didn't have money. We didn't have a surplus. We're actually heavily in debt. So building that giant arrow probably didn't help. Now the IMF are going to come in and, well, they've let it be known that they'll come in and kind of fix everything and take control, unless you come up with a plan to make some more money. So a lot of the senators, a lot of the what they call themselves, the cruisers, they are suggesting that we bring in Tom Cruise to film a movie. A lot of money there, but what you want to do?
how much money can we clear the deficit if we allow Cruise in for 2 days?
If you allow him in for 2 years.
For 2 years?
Yeah.
What movie takes 2 years to make? Nothing.
He is planning. Well, he's planning a trilogy of Mission Impossibles that film back to back.
Right. All in Midland.
Yeah. Well, he wants to. His next stunt is run into a volcano and back.
Okay, but we don't have any volcanoes on Midland.
He wants to construct one.
Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay,
I can't allow it. That would take up the people's land. That would take up. No, I can't allow the construction and destruction basically of our home.
Okay,
I can't allow that. However, I would be willing to allow export of some of our finest resources, some of our ugliest children,
okay,
and some of our finest yakuza horse people.
Might get more out of that,
in a bid to in a bid to. Who doesn't want a potato-headed child and half a horse trained to round up injured animals? Who doesn't? We would, and we will train them, and we will supply only the finest 5% of them.
Well, we're doing that now. The senators, the ones I suppose most loyal to you, have sent you a report. It's actually on top of the report from Captain Adam. I'll get to that in a second. But they've said the ugly baby exporting isn't really taken off, to be honest. Turns out people don't really want the ugly babies as much. The horses are going great. The horse people, yakuza. So we're if we can maybe export a little bit more of the horses, a little bit less of the babies, we might come out of this all right. So you're okay with that? That'll do. The other report from Captain Adam is actually that a lot of the senators seems to be owners of plastic surgeon offices. A lot of these surgeries seems to be like basically prepaid by the surgeons themselves. So basically, they're doing free plastic surgery. And when we've got some photographic evidence of the patients, they all kind of look like Tom Cruise in different stages of his acting career. So I don't know. Basically, there's a lot of Tom Cruise clones walking around.
Okay. And I don't have an issue with Tom Cruise looking clones. I mean, if the ugly socialists want to look like better looking socialists, I'm all for that. That isn't the route I would take. Far from it. But what I would certainly like to see is I'd certainly like to see the business and the work element split down the middle. I do not want to see, if you want to be a senator, you do it for that job.
Yeah,
okay. You are in it for that job. There will be no connective tissue between what you can cause and effect. Okay, you cannot help your own businesses out
while trying to help them.
Yeah, whilst being in public office. Correct.
So are we just reprimanding them and telling them, hey, stop that, or are we putting these guys in jail?
We are giving them the opportunity to either continue to be in office or to walk away and do their business practices. They cannot do both.
Yeah.
If they want to support the nation, they will do that. I do not have any other businesses. I do not have any fingers in pies.
Well, good, because don't ruin people's pies. Bad news again. Just going to knock on the. Paul has been sent
always.
In. Feels like you're. It's no way to say it, really, in any positive way. You know that giant arrow, Midland arrow? Yeah, it's fallen over. It's fallen over onto the main school for all the yakuza horse soldiers. Crushed that. Not really sure who did it. A lot of flyers going around demanding this Tom Cruise movie about a volcano he runs in and out of to be made. Senators have proposed that the report they had done suggesting that the perfect place to construct a volcano, if this was going ahead, would be where that arrow was. Yeah. So maybe that's a suspect. But yeah, that arrow's pushed over. It's gone. Crushed a lot of people.
It's a public park, and there will be in its place a national monument. We'll have a national day of mourning and a national. In fact, we'll have a week of mourning and a national monument with each of the names of the sadly lost people.
Horses.
This is their horses are people too.
Sure.
Horses
of course.
Are people too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will have that. What I would like to do, because I realise that now we are low on numbers of horses. I'm aware that up in the hills is a race of giant spiders. I'm aware of this. So what we
haven't told anyone. I didn't know that. You haven't
no, but it's recently come to my knowledge. The expedition of Uncle Travelling Matt found them. That's probably a reference for someone a bit older than you, I think.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Maybe a little bit.
And he found them. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep those numbers coming in by quartering the spiders each, so that they have 2 legs.
Okay, yeah.
And that allows them to trot around. So for each of those spiders that we have, it creates 4 of tottering around yakuza people. Yeah,
but they're essentially just legs now.
Legs and a bit of body,
and a quarter of a
that's right.
body.
So some will be the web jizzing bit, and some will be a fang and a couple of eyes. I mean, they're horrifying to look at.
But we can't get around that.
Yeah, the cats out of the trees. Yeah, and scare the cats into the. They're almost like the child catchers, really.
And are any of these quarter spider yakuzas coming for your wife, or
no? She's
she'll get down her own time.
We built her a platform. She's very happy up there crocheting and watching Criminal Minds or something.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Good. Thank God for those giant spiders in the hills.
Indeed. Phew. But I would like to speak, if possible, to the to the head of the police force, if that's possible.
Captain Adam, yes. How can I help you? I am Captain Adam.
Captain, what interests do we have in Hollywood? Do we have any members of any members of our closest cabal in, I don't know, California somewhere?
The Supreme Court judge went on a date with Jack Black once.
Okay. Well, that's a start. Yeah, he's quite a nice guy. He'll do anything for a few bob, I think. And he's a better voice actor than Chris Pratt in this upcoming. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Sure. So, what I want to know, Captain, is how much is it to kill somebody in Hollywood? And I mean, kill them, not in a stunt. Although I would quite like it to look like a stunt.
So you want to assassinate someone in Hollywood?
I didn't say I would like that. I just wondered how much that costs.
Oh, so I mean, you can Google these things. I'll use your computer to Google.
I'd certainly rather you didn't.
Hold on. No, it's very easy. It's the only computer I have. I don't have a computer myself. How much to
murder a Hollywood actor, I guess?
Bend down slightly to meet your partner's lips if you're taller. Oh, sorry, that's how to kiss someone taller than you. Oh, sorry. It depends. I mean, do you want to send someone over? I mean, we get one of the yakuzas here. You know, it depends who you're paying, really.
Yeah, the spiders are good. They don't really have. No, they don't really have that. We need somebody. We need somebody that knows film and knows setting up stunts and knows exactly how to incorrectly set up a stunt. So we're basically talking that guy that put the gun in the hand of your man Alec Baldwin,
right?
Or the guy that incorrectly loaded the gun for the thing. In fact, here's the thing, Short. Why don't we? I mean, I haven't seen him in anything for a long time, and there's probably a good reason for that. But Matthew Broderick's doing nothing. Maybe we could just get him to run over Tom Cruise, and he would get away with it scot-free, like he did. Everyone's forgotten about that. When he killed that woman in Northern Ireland. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, he'll get away with that. He'll get away with that, and he'll just go, I've got a squeaky voice. I sound like a bird. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, well, nobody might. It might make news.
A career and marry her out of Hocus Pocus.
So you want us to contact Matthew Broderick?
Yeah.
To ask him to run over someone.
No, I'd quite like you to tell him to.
Tell him to run over who?
Yeah. And if Jennifer Beals is available, she can be in the passenger seat, and it'll just be like old times for them.
Okay, so we can get Matthew Broderick. Wait, who are we getting them to run over?
Tom Cruise, obviously.
So we're going to kill Tom Cruise by Matthew Broderick running him over.
Yes.
Okay, that's correct. What you want. Lovely. Okay.
Oh, I think I've been very clear on the matter.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Absolutely fine. We'll look. I'll get someone to get in contact with Matthew. I have a problem though. That's why I came into the office.
You came into the office because I called you in. Don't. Come on.
Well, yeah, but to be honest,
look. I've shared my problem. You share yours.
I was about to pick up the phone and it rang. And
right.
Okay, there's a coup attempt.
Okay. Can it be fixed by running somebody over with Matthew Broderick? Not literally, Matthew Broderick, but a car.
Just rolling Matthew Broderick over them. I think I might. Well, there's 35 of them. It's 35 senators.
Okay.
They all look like that celebrity. Can't picture his. What's his name?
The one that's recently been murdered by Matthew Broderick.
Oh, it's the one who we're asking to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were plotting. So I have them arrested. Don't worry.
Okay.
Have them. What you want us to do with them?
Now that does give me quite the idea.
Yes.
How about we dress them and train them at gunpoint and with the threat of murdering all of their families? Right. Yes, this has escalated.
Yes.
We will have them work in shifts as Tom Cruise impersonators. So when the real Tom Cruise sadly has an accident, we can dispatch of the body and they can be Tom Cruise on a rota. So everyone gets a day off being Tom Cruise.
Oh, one day a month, basically. 35.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Yeah.
That's not a bad gig. So you'll send them to Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely where they'll go. Yeah.
Very good.
I mean, they can't be any worse an actor than him, so that's fine.
Yeah, we've sent them off. I mean, they've all gladly accepted that.
I thought
their families are just still here. Are they gone with them?
No, their families are here. Their families are here, and we will keep them here for now, for the foreseeable.
Under arrest.
They're just under observation. Under observation.
Yeah. They have the monitor on their ankles, I'm sure.
And they have a rifle trained on their temples at all times. Yeah.
So socialist paradise, and
absolutely. Yeah. My socialist paradise.
There's a knock on the door.
Okay.
Paul sticking his head in. Hello.
Hi, Paul.
Hi. How are you, El Presidente? I got word to Jack Black, like you asked.
Yeah.
He said he would try and run over Matthew Broderick. And I have good news for you.
Okay.
He has ran him over. Now, he did run over him and then run into a tree, so Jack Black is also dead. But Matthew Broderick is out of the picture. There's also news of there's like 35 of our senators showing up in Hollywood claiming to be Tom Cruise. So that's causing confusion. They've all actually gathered together now with him. So they are planning to come back. They are hosting rallies just down at the docks. A lot of people are there.
Okay.
They've said like, oh, our families were held hostage. There's still guns on their heads and stuff. But I don't know what that's about. But either way, I'm just here to tell you, Paul is your guy. He's after getting Matthew Broderick ran over like you asked. I'm out of here. I'm on 2 weeks holidays.
Okay. Don't put your out of office on.
What?
Don't put your out of office on.
Oh, and
you're an imbecile. You're an imbecile. You're
my email. No, my email.
You're an imbecile.
My email. Not imbecile. Yeah. Emails. My email.
Yeah. That's right. But you're an imbecile. You're fired.
I'm an email.
But just go and grab your stuff. Go and grab your stuff.
I will. I'm on holidays. See you in 2 weeks. Right. Bang. Close door. So,
at least Broderick's finally justice for the family who Broderick killed the mother of. So good. That's something.
But
that Jack doesn't Black solve our problems. But I mean, no, I like Jack Black. You know?
Yeah, he's gone. He caused that, and those senators are now claiming you did that. So sorry about that. Yeah, it's a bit. usually we come to the end, and I would ask this question. It's a bit awkward because you're in a bit of a tricky position, but there might be a way out. Now, eventually, you will, of course, decide you've had enough of, well, not even enough of ruling, but you're going to have to decide who's going to be your heir, right? Who's going to lead the next generation. The only rule I put on this for guests is that it has to be someone who's around. It can't be like, oh, my grandson will or granddaughter will take over. It has to be someone that you can actually say, this person. Unless you want to put Paul in charge, stuff like that. That's fine.
No.
Happily
Paul,
do that.
Paul will not even have a job when he comes
Paul
back.
will be delighted when he comes back from Portaventura. Yeah, so you're going to have to announce, when you do announce your heir, who are you picking? Usually everyone outside someone's palace or whatever are looking on kind of in amazement or wonderment what their ruler's going to say. I have a feeling your crowd is going to be pretty much 50-50 on the cusp of civil war. So this speech is important. So yeah, what do you want to tell them?
My people.
Only some of us.
The people of Midland.
Yeah, fair enough.
There you go. I have decided to step down. Now is okay. That's kind of expected.
Yeah.
And it is with great delight that I wish to announce a new ruler, a new leader.
That's them gasping if anyone.
Yeah, I thought
I'm not struggling for breath. Yeah, not having a
some sort. You've just seen a spider monster trotting towards you.
Oh God, are they around your house?
Yeah, absolutely.
God, yeah. It's a horrifying image. But yeah, sorry, I've interrupted.
They're looking for all the cats I've cruelly injured.
So you're still injured. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. So I'm announcing that my future replacement will be
Tom.
The child of Jack Black, whatever that one's called. It's the one that used to be on the videos with him, as a kind of an apology for killing his father. I am adopting him, and
forcefully.
He will be your. No, it's a decision we made, and I am going to give the orphan Black the opportunity to be El Presidente.
A lot of people aren't happy with it.
I mean, what can I say? I'm going to nearby Cape Verde to live out my years.
Yeah, you're not going to stay. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to stay. No, I'm not going to stay. But, I will leave this land and all of its wealth and resources to you, the people, to be governed over by Jack Black. Even the scumbags that don't like us.
Jack Black's son.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's got a son. Yeah, I think the kid that was on the thing with him's a son.
I'm going to look just to make sure, because you don't know the name of your heir, no?
It's not important. It's not important.
Oh well, there's Thomas and Samuel. And
what I have done, because I didn't want to pick between the two, is I've glued them together into some sort of Siamese nightmare. Yeah, and they will rule with one as a despot and one as a kind, benevolent leader. And between them, there will be, until eventually one murders the other and has to carry around the corpse for the remainder of the days. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I mean, that's kind of. I presume when you leave for Cape Verde, you're going to take your wife. So she has come down from the tree. She has finished Criminal Minds.
There's a lot of episodes on Disney Plus. There's a lot of episodes. She absolutely. Yeah, it wouldn't be a party without her.
I would say that as you get on a boat, you're going to sail over.
Yes, not so far away. Yeah, sure.
As you get on the boat, and there's a lot of people. Hey, a lot of people are waving you goodbye. With fond memories of you, right?
Okay, good.
Paul is saying, "Don't worry, El Presidente, I'll take care of him."
You're an imbecile, Paul. Farewell.
Thanks. Yeah, a lot of people are still with you. A lot of people aren't, of course. I suppose as you look at the horizon, as the boat is passing away, and you want to get away, give your final address to them, you might see the stuck together two children of Jack Black fighting 35 stuck together Tom Cruise lookalikes in their eyes, and kind of like a weird Godzilla versus King Kong, or fight scene. Anything you want to say to people as you sail off and they watch this horror?
Be not afraid for me, people, for I go to a greater place. Be afraid for you and the civil war
for Paul
that will tear apart this nation of stuck together Tom Cruise people and stuck together blacks, little Jack Black people, and look upon that with fear and embrace a new future, probably where idiot Paul will end up being your future herald or something. I don't know.
See, as you left, it got quite hard to hear you. So they did hear the last part there of Paul is your future. So they're thinking it's a sign. Why not? Yeah, let's
good.
Go for
Hopefully
it.
they sacrifice Paul, and that's the end of him, because he's been the bane of the last kind of 5 years of my.
He's actually one of the few people who hasn't been stuck to anything, which is interesting.
Because I'm a benevolent leader, mostly, except when I've got guns trained on the families of senators. But Paul.
Bit of fondness from.
No, none whatsoever. Oh. No, I hope he gets gutted like a fish. I hope he gets torn apart like Dylan Moran in Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
That's how I want to see him go.
Someone busting in his window and then dragging him out.
Exactly. Yeah. When did you go from being a chartered accountant to being Charlton Heston? It's a great line.
Well, I do have news. I mean, it's the end of the podcast. What you will know is that actually, Paul did survive. He did end up taking over the country. Became one of the greatest rulers, lasting for 74 years.
74 years. Right, okay.
Yeah. Well, he was only 4 at the time.
Well, it's no age.
He didn't show his age. A lot of wisdom behind those delicate little ears.
You say that.
El Presidente, the host of 100 Things We Learned from Film podcast. Thank you for starting a ridiculous country called Midland. That started really nice and pleasant, and you weren't.
It did. It's always the way, though, isn't it? It's always the way.
Oh, it has to. Yeah.
Once you go Thatcher, you can never go Batcher. It's kind of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never go Amitabh Bachchan, the Bollywood actor, which also kind of rhymes in a way. I think I might have just made a haiku there. I'll figure it out later.
Never heard of a haiku. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I still overall I think Midland is definitely not the most tyrannical that I've seen. It seeing this on video, and I appreciate some people will not. I can see the point of a time where it went from nope, we're all fair to nope, fuck him.
no, fuck Tom Cruise. Yeah, exactly.
No, this is it.
Exactly.
Okay, doke. Do you want to plug your podcast first of all?
100 Things We Learn from Film. It's a podcast where my friend John and I try and learn 100 things from every film we talk about. We try and do something from any time. We've done things like Beastmaster and Highlander through to The Master of Disguise, that recent Tom and Jerry movie, which was a big mistake. Big mistake being put on the screen for a start. But yeah, we try and learn 100 things. It might be something about the background of the film. It might be something about production, but mostly it's about guns and things. It's about me being inappropriate. Yes. And we haven't done a Tom Cruise film yet, and I don't think we will.
Jack Black?
Yes? Question mark? No, I don't think we have, actually.
There's your next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Wait, has Tom Cruise been in a movie with Jack Black?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so. But
no, for some reason I think I can't help thinking. No, we're going to do High Fidelity at some point, and Jack Black, of course, is in that. So yeah, we'll be doing a Jack Black eventually. I also host another podcast, Everything We Learned from The Simpsons, which is a run through of an episode of The Simpsons with one of my dearest, longest friends. That makes him sound like he's got a big, massive cock. He might have. I don't know. I've never seen it. Tom and Tom and I try and bring a specifically northern or northern British, northern English kind of view to The Simpsons. He's a very northern man,
yes,
and likes to make things about I don't know, Slade a lot. We've mentioned Slade a lot. We've mentioned that woman that shook the baby to death, the nanny. We mentioned her a few times.
Right.
And I think there's been, and sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's fun, but mostly it's just me being crude. So.
Is your friend Tom actually Northern, or is he Southern /
Oh, he's dead Northern. No, he's dead Northern.
He's
he's from Leeds. I'm from Leeds. Yeah,
right.
He's a lovely man and very knowledgeable. And yeah.
Are they on Twitter or Instagram or any social media?
Yeah. You'll get us. You'll get 100 Things We Learned from Film on all the socials at 100 Things. And you'll get everything we learned from The Simpsons, which really is just us sharing memes and stupid stuff, at Every Simpson, singular, Every Simpson pod. But yeah, just join us. Have a listen to the podcast. Just pick an episode on a film or an episode that you know, and let us know what you think.
Thank you very much, El Presidente.
It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go help Paul run the country after this civil war. He has a lot to do.
He needs it.
He needs to fix the place. And thanks everyone for listening. And I'm going to be back with this podcast at some point. Yeah, that's the end of it. Goodbye.